that we covered briefly yoga, let's cover one more thing, which is so related to the Eastern and the Buddhism, and that is the unattachment habit. No one is lucky enough to never have lost something, right? I once had a very successful business with lots of money in the bank and a huge apartment in the center of Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. And then in the year of 1991, I left Sarajevo, came to New York on a business trip. Unfortunately, right at that time, the Bosnian War started and I could not go back. I lost everything mentioned above and much, much more. But those were just things to me. I was still alive and well, and that thought kept me going. In the Western world, and some of you in East that are listening probably have a thank God and good for you, a little bit different approach. But in the Western world, we grew up getting attached to things. And when we lose the things we have, it becomes a tragedy. But why is that bad? Because at that moment, we get upset, angry, sad, even depressed. And the outcome of these feelings is certainly not happiness. And it's certainly not mindfulness. More importantly, often we are unable to replace what we lost. So once we learn that things will come and go, we truly can become more happier. Unfortunately, our friends and our family, our loved ones, as well as ourselves, also come and go. This is a fact of life that we simply cannot change. In the documentary called 10 Questions for the Dalai Lama, filmmaker Rick Ray shows and describes the Buddhist rituals of making and destroying the sacred mandala sculpture. That is a beautiful three-dimensional presentations of Buddhist philosophy. It can take up to a month and many, many people to build this mandala that is made fully out of colored sand. The process of making it is full of prayers and rituals. And yet, when completed, it is certainly a piece of art that many galleries or museums in the world, certainly here in Manhattan, would love to have. It would probably pay millions of dollars. However, shortly after the mandala is completed, it is deliberately destroyed with the sand poured into the river. And that is a ritual as well. This is to show that all things are impermanent and the attachment to it can bring sorrow. We can be happier by minimizing our attachment to things. So let's work on establishing that mindful habit. Think of the things you attach to and then lost at some point in your life. How did that make you feel? What can you do to minimize attachment to things you have today? So here's the action for you. In your mind's eye, identify an object you have. You can just close your eyes or keep it open, but identify an object you have. And now, imagine you lost it. Identify another object. Imagine you lost it. So practice untouching yourself from it. Practice the unattachment habit.